Hey Pat, it's Midnight Designer, and we are back learning 7 days today. And this is a video going over some of the main features and upgrades that will be part of Alpha 12, which has now dropped. And I've kind of broken these down into 3 different categories. The first and by far the largest category is the stuff that's sort of that's kind of interesting, and so we can just talk about that briefly and move on. The second category is stuff that we kind of want to look at, and then third and finally is the big stuff. But since everyone wants to know about riding on a mini bike, what I decided to do for the first part of the video when we're talking about the stuff that's just kind of interesting is I'll show you some footage, which you are watching right now, of me riding around on a mini bike. So without further ado, let's plow through this list of changes. The list of changes, when I printed it out, was 12 pages long, so we are not covering all of it. There's a lot of, apparently, Pat, there's a bunch of hackers out there, because there was a significant portion of this list that was dedicated to exploit fixing. So 2 things. First of all, shame on you for exploiting on the video game. Second, shame on you for not telling me about these. I could have been exploiting. It's not cool. It's not cool. All right. Well, at any rate, let's go through the list of things that are just kind of interesting, but we will not dwell on. And watch me put through the world. All right. So they've added new sky and weather system with rain, snow, dust storms, dynamic clouds. The sky is beautiful. Can we just say the sky is beautiful? And when it snows, your stuff will get covered in snow. And when it rains, you'll get wet. And it says coming soon, cold and hot weather survival. Thank you very much. Can't wait for that. So I'm already freezing to death on Ark. Now I got to freeze to death in 7 days to die. Now they have a brand new sexy random generation system. I have to tell you, as you can see probably driving as I drive around, the generation map stuff is amazing. The biome blending is beautiful, and there's points of interest all over the place, little shacks and cabins and stuff. Oh, and here's the thing, this isn't really mentioned, but there are more hub cities. When I drove around for like half an hour on the mini bike, and I ran into 2 different hub cities. Now they were smaller than like the 00 hub city, but there were more of them. So I'm hoping that and one of them was like in a desert. That was really cool. And so I'm hoping maybe since they're not in a wasteland biome, those hub cities, quote unquote, can actually be tamed. How wicked cool would that be? That you could actually tame a hub city? Oh, crazy. And the audio, there's wind, there's blah, blah, blah. This is all kind of Rongo #tourist stuff. But it's amazing. It's very immersive. I went on to the Broken Ankle server just to kind of check it out, because it's been a crazy day with regard to that. And when you first get into the game, it's scary. It is scary. I'm not going to lie. It's scary. So, yes, be prepared to be scared. If you haven't already gotten on and been scared and been killed by a bear, which we'll get to, spoiler alert, yeah. So, moving on. Added a new level loot system, scales, blah, 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 loot, and yes, you can get flawless and rare items. So, even if you're a noob, you may come across a flawless, hoe, I guess, or something, and then you could hoe like a boss. That would be amazing. But apparently the loot system is going to be tied to your XP level. So the higher XP level, the more better your loot will be. So that will be amazing. And then of course it throws in there that level 1 players can still get a flawless hoe, as everyone should be able to. All right, added quality ranges on bows. Oh, right? Remember how in Alpha 11, the bows, crossbows, augers, chainsaws, and clothing now has a quality range. So you can now have a pair of pants, I guess. I don't know, whatever. So, okay, so bows, yeah, so all that stuff now has quality ranges, so you can now get an auger and find out it's like in the brown zone, and so will you be in the brown zone. You can now craft gravel or small rocks from destroyed stone, depending on grid placement. So it used to be you only got gravel out of those, but now you can get small stones. There's a lot in here, Pat, that is, I would classify as nerf-tastic, and this is one of them. Add set in concrete book to game. So what that means is that cement molds, rebar frames, buckets of concrete, all that like concrete stuff, that's now gated behind a book. You will have to find the set in concrete book in order to do any of that like concrete work. So thank you very much, Mad Mole. I'm going to blame Mad Mole for everything that is wrong with this or that I disagree with, even if it's not his fault. Because #reasons. Oh, this is cool. This is something I will never find. Added new hidden bomb shelter location to random gen. Yeah, I'll never find that. Never in a million years. I never in Alpha 11 never found that stupid Indian burial thing in a cave. Never found that once. Thanks a lot, Mad Mole. So apparently, hidden bomb shelters are somewhere in the universe of the random gen world. They are a thing. New hidden mountain man cabin with secret loot in the snow biome. So that's cool. I think it looks kind of like maybe the ranger station, but you know, who knows. But what's cool about this is there is now an herbal antibiotic. And the recipe, apparently, you can find at this mountain man cabin in the snow biome. So there you have it. You heard it here. Well, probably not first, but at least at some point you heard it here. So if you find the mountain man cabin, you can get the hippie narcotics, or not the narcotics, the hippie antibiotics, or probably a lot of other pharmaceuticals in the mountain man's cabin. You know what I'm saying. Added auger is now craftable from small engine, handlebar, auger braid, and auger. So they've added a part to the auger. So it used to be just handlebars, blade, and engine. Now there are parts. Fantastic. And bonus, Pat, you need an auger schematic to put that together. So thank you very much, Mad Mole. Added realistic values to crossbow. I don't even know what that means. But I can tell you this, the crosshairs still aren't fixed. Tried to shoot it. You still have to do that thing where you aim like up and to the left to get the headshot. Yeah, no need to fix that. No rush. It's just crosshairs. It's just designed to tell you where the bolt's gonna go. Added aviator goggles to loot and protection to eyes from aviator goggles. Were the eyes were apparently particularly vulnerable, so we made goggles for them. Added pressure plate mines and recipe made from scrap metal and gunpowder. That will be wicked cool. Always looking for new ways to trap and kill zombies. All right. Added blocks such as grass, furniture, and glass no longer provide stability and will not support the weight of anything. So I wonder if that means, you know all these glass ceilings people have been making for like the to do farms indoors. I wonder if that's not going to work anymore, because it appears that windows will not support weight, which I would assume would be the weight of one another. So unless it's unless you're doing your greenhouses in with just one window frame per, that may not work anymore. That may be busted out. We'll have to check that out later. You can now scrap leather. You can now repair your fiber pants with fibers. That's awesome. Added new blue and orange concrete painted pillars and other different pillars for the parking lot. Tables have been added to the game. This is cool for all of you like home decor types who are trying to get your rehab business going in the apocalypse. You can now build furniture tables out of wood, redwood, iron, and scrap iron. Very sexy. For, you know, the Mad Max collector set, the scrap iron table and chairs will be amazing. And added steel ingots, which will allow you to craft steel tools, which we will get to in a moment. Change day-night hordes do not spawn on day 7 blood moon intervals anymore. Only feral night hordes spawn on 7th day. Okay, so the nightly hordes that we would get no longer come on the day 7. Only the day 7 hordes come on the 7th day. And the night hordes, it says, should always come at sundown and will never be delayed. Any current hordes will be disbanded. So I wonder what that means on a multiplayer server. If there are multiple individuals on at the same time, if the game will generate multiple night hordes in different locations. Interessant. We shall see. New game time. 6 a.m. is now the start. The reason for that, they say, is to give you as much time, maximum daylight for your first day. So there you go. Change the 24-hour cycle. Yeah, 50 minutes is now the default time for a 24-hour cycle, and they've removed the 240-minute option, which, wow, who did the 240-minute day? That's crazy. Oh, yeah. This is kind of interesting. They changed the day-night, how you set that up, and so it may be confusing. It used to be, like, before now, that you would pick like your day-night, what percentage of night you wanted on your day-night cycle, and you did 20 or 35 or whatever. But now what you do is you pick the number of hours in your day. So it's inverted and changed to hours instead of a percentage. So for that figure, if you wanted like 35% or whatever, you would go with 18 hours as your daylight length. 12, 15, and 18 are the options. 18 is the new default, and orange is the new black. And daybreak is locked at 6 a.m. We did that. It also says a lot of books have been converted into schematics. So a lot of things have been gated behind schematics, and it's bullets are now individual, I think, for example. So you can no longer get like ammunition nation to get all of the bullets. Each individual bullet is its own separate thing. So thank you, Mad Mole. Oh, listen to this. This is awesome. Iron pickaxe does half the damage it did against stone and metal. Well, what else were you using it on if it wasn't stone and metal? Mad Mole's mom? I think you ought to. No, I'm not. Don't do that. Seriously. Don't do that. But so they nerfed iron pickaxes because they wanted to make the steel pickaxes maybe seem cooler. So it now does half the damage it did against stone and metal. Thank you, Mad Mole. Increase the spawning of roaming hordes. Thank you, Mad Mole. Lowered the cave count per biome. The gravel path count per cave path. Lowered ore path count per gravel path. Okay, so I think what that means is there are fewer caves. There is less gravel in the caves, and fewer resources behind the gravel in the fewer caves. So thank you, Mad Mole. But good news, they've increased the probability that you will find pants. Page 3. They've re-enabled dog hordes. Thank you, Mad Mole. All boiled foods give you 5 water. All foods now. Thank you. Get ready. Hit the thank you, Mad Mole button. All foods now give half as much food as they used to. to compensate for the slower metabolism in Alpha 11. Thank you, Mad Mole. So now, in other words, your food will be less effective in keeping you full and able to fight enemy in glorious combat. So you'll be spending more of your time feeding your face with Cheetos. Except there ain't no Cheetos in the apocalypse. This is actually good. Random generated deserts are more common now, and forests are less common. So as you will see in this video, definitely the deserts are among us. And let's see. Change garage doors to be wood instead of wood weak. Remember on all of the garages how the wood panels that made up the doors were real easy to bust into so you could get into the garage quick? Thank you, Mad Mole. Oh, listen to this. Remember how we said, we talked about how we nerfed the pickaxe? Nerfed axe damage to wood. I don't know what else you'd be using the axe on except for wood, but it now does less damage as to wood. So thank you, Mad Mole. And this one I just put because I didn't know what it meant, but it sounded funny. Some blocks / structures have too much stability. It was just too stable. Yeah, like the Barnes & Noble Superstore that Joe the Pirate kept knocking over. Some blocks and structures have too much stability. Not anymore. Thank you, Mad Mole. Renamed Weapon Repair Kit to Repair Kit, as it is now used to repair the mini bikes as well as weapons. Yeah, the mini bikes as you ride them, or more to the point and more fun, use them to plow through zombies. It wears out over time, and you use repair kits, which used to be weapon repair kits, to repair your motorbike. And we'll get into all of that in a bit. Airdrops now drop more stuff. Actually, thank you, Mad Mole. That will be cool. Because apparently there's 50 million recipes we now need to go find. Rebalance clubs. They are more effective at lower quality levels, but wear out faster. That doesn't sound like balance. On the game mechanic side, they moved where save files are located. It used to be it was in your documents folder, in a 7 Days to Die folder. Now it's in your roaming, the app data roaming 7 Days to Die. So check your local listings. Basically, they've moved the save games to be where the rest of the game is. So I guess it kind of makes sense. But if you are using a backup program to back up your save games so that, you've got a backup, make sure you adjust the path so that it is making those changes correctly. Buffs now seem to work properly. I don't even know what that means. I threw it in there because, well, good. That's fantastic news. Fall damage is too low. I don't know. Does that mean they made it more, or they're just acknowledging that it's too low and they left it at that? Because it doesn't say fall damage was too low, but now we fixed it. It just says fall damage is too low. They're like, what are you going to do? Maybe it was too hard. The math was too hard on that one. So they just acknowledged it and moved on. They fixed another broken leg bug and breaking leg while swimming bugs. I'll believe it when I see it. Fixed bug where other players can hear you learning. But I loved hearing other people learning. Reading is fundamental, Mad Mole. You should put that back. We should aspire to be better than who we were before and to grow and encourage one another to grow. But no, we're going to take that out. That's fantastic. And finally, as far as our brief stuff, it says that they fixed the lack of bird nests and thinned grass and increased bird nest probability. From the phrasing of that sentence, question mark? I'm going to assume that they're talking about in the plains biome. Because if you will recall in Alpha 11, the plains biome had a ton of grass and not very many birds' nests. And so if you started there, you were in a world of hurt. So those are all of the, excuse me, things that I wanted to go over in brief. And so now I want to sort of dig into the game and show you what's what. Okay, so we are here at the main menu, and I kind of want to just show a couple of things real quick, diving in. If we go to options, video settings, there are several new video settings that you can monkey with. Motion blur, depth of field is dynamic contrast, tone mapping, all this stuff over here. You can tweak to increase or decrease, to increase your performance or increase your enjoyment of the tourism, depending on how good your rig is. Now, everything has a mouse over tooltip, so it'll tell you basically what it is, and excuse me, importantly, the performance impact. So you will know if you're looking at depth of field or if you're looking at the ambient occlusion or whatever. Each of these things, it'll tell you how much you're going to impact your performance. So if you're looking for stuff to switch off, for example, reflection quality, blah, 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 it'll give you little helpful hints and things of that nature to let you know what to do. Now, this is, I want to mention it. The controls got mixed around. Dang it. They made tab the inventory instead of I guess. So I don't usually use that. I use R for inventory and then tab for reload. But that's just me. That's what I do. Your mileage may vary, but just note that before you jump into the game, if you have modified the preset controls, they have changed. So they are likely not what you remember them to be. So we will do that and do that and do that and do that. All right, and let's get into the actual game itself. Now, I did want to point out before we start that this is what I was talking about before, where the day-night percentage thing is now this, see how many hours the sun shines per day. So this is now in hours instead of a percentage, and it is the hours of daytime instead of percentage of nighttime. So be mindful of that. And then the 24-hour cycle defaults to 50 minutes, but you can obviously make it some other number. Oh, and I did want to say loot respawn time has been nerfed a little. The minimum is now 5 days. I'm pretty sure you could get fewer than 5 days. And maybe if you're running a server and you're going to be changing the server XML file, I'm pretty sure you can still do it some days other than these. But the loot respawn time is a minimum of 5 days. So that's another thing you ought to know. So let's get back into it. Oh, super scary. This game, super scary. Okay, so obviously I have been in this world before, and I'm looking for arc-like loot drops. I'm going to try to do all of this without getting killed. So let's see. Improve crafting with... oh, right. Oh, really? Okay, we're going to do this. We're going to do... See, look at... Did you see that? Watch. Yeah. Watch. Aiming at her face, not hitting face. So let's just... Let's forget the pretext. All right, let's just do this. Let's just go up in the sky. There. Now y'all leave us alone for a minute. Okay. So, improve. There's a new, in the crafting menu, there is a new set of basic stuff. So when you first start the game, you can hit this, and this is all the stuff you're going to need to know, you know, right away. You're like, I'm going to need me a sleeping bag, and a stone axe, and a stone shovel, and a torch, and a wood frame, and a wood plank, and a wood plank, and a wood blah, 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 right? This is all the stuff you're going to need to make right away. And they've put it all in one thing for you, which is awesome. Now, there is now a left click on items. So, depending on the item that you have, you can take this, which puts it into your blah, 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 or you can drop it, which just put it on the ground. So, and let's see, what are the other, so scrap, and the, depending on the item that you click on, there will be different things that you can do with it. You can scrap this. I'm pretty sure you can scrap. You can't read it because you already done read it. Oh, and this is cool. Check that out. Oops. Examine. All right. Check that out. This is what happens. You will get this little icon here if you have already read a book. So that way, if you're like opening up an inventory, you can see, oh, wait, I've already read all these books, and forget it and move on with your life. All right, so, and it also appears that you no longer have to make an item once. So let's get some, oops, let's get some planks in here. Okay. Now so frames. Now I believe you no longer, right, you no longer have to make an item once in order to automatically populate the crafting table. You can just do it. Do it to it, baby. And so that's cool. And added glue and duct tape. So, and then recipes for that. So let's see here. What is the recipe for duct tape? Duct tape requires glue and cloth fragments. So glue is an item that you can just find in garbage cans and whatnot. So let's get some of that, and let's get some cloth. And then we'll make some duct tape. Now, I'm not sure what the duct tape is for. It might be, I don't even know. I thought I read somewhere it was like part of first aid. You could tape yourself up with it, but I don't know that to be true. That could be a lie. That could be told to you by an enemy. Oh, and so, yeah, so there's duct tape. Make some, try to use it, you know, have fun. You don't need a book for it, so, you know, what the heck, go crazy. They have returned the rocket launcher. That has also come back to the game. Not you, this one. And then you go here, and rocket launcher. Hero? Oh, this is a perfect time to demonstrate the ragdoll physics, isn't it? Woohoo! Did you see that? They blowed up real good. Oh, Pat, did you see that? Did you see the ragdoll physics? And look at that. We've got destroyed stuff. Let's get down here and investigate. We has, let's get a pickaxe of some sort. We might as well get a steel one because the other one's garbage. You know what I'm saying? All right, now check this out. What do we got over here? Whoa, destroyed stone. How cool is that? That was awesome. Okay, so we have demonstrated that the rocket launcher exists and that the ragdoll physics exist. And the, now if we were to go over to this house, say, and shoot it with a rocket, say, oh, did you hear it? We're rustling through bushes. That's new. Rustle through the bushes. Okay, now if we were to shoot this house with, say, a rocket launcher, nothing would happen because it's a very nice house. We could send some ragdoll zombies into the air. Now, what I would like to do is have some part of this house collapse so that we can demonstrate the This is a cool little building, is it not? It's a shame to turn it into rubble, but we will. So that stuff will collapse and turn into debris, or debris, as the French say. So yeah, the more you destroy, it all just turns into debris. It's fantastic. And then we get these guys. I think we should demonstrate the ragdoll physics some more. Don't you? Yeah. Whee! Whee! All right, I'm having too much fun with the rocket launcher. Okay, now there's now a bear. The bear lives in all the biomes except deserts and caves, unless, of course, he wanders into the cave from outside. So ain't nobody can control that. What's over here? This is cool. This is a campground. Excellent. See what I'm saying? Wait, I hear bear. Oh, look, there's a bear. And he's eating a zombie. Bear versus zombie. So as you can see, there are a lot of points of interest just randomly scattered through the map. So look for the gravel paths and they will lead you to the promised land. Also, there is now coal randomly placed in biomes that are snow forest or burnt forest. Okay, so we got coal. We got coal and we got bears. So all of that is, oh no. Sometimes the bear just kind of stops. Let's see if the bear ragdolls. The bear can get hungry. Can he ragdoll? Oh, the bear is very powerful. Oh, he did kind of do a little 4-point splits there. That's all right. That'll work. That was very awesome. All right, so the bear ragdolls. And that is awesome. And bear meat apparently is very good. You can make stew. You can boil it. You can char it. Blah, 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 blah. Gas pumps now contain gas can loot and do not explode when shot. So let's see if we can find a gas station. Hello? Everybody lay down. All right, is there a gas station in this one bear town? Anywhere? Bueller? Maybe not. Maybe not. All right, let's see here. Let's go into one of the multiple hub cities and let us not be in that menu, but rather jump up to get down. And let's see. There should be a gas station somewhere. There's one. So the gas tanks do not blow up, probably unless you shoot them with a rocket launcher, which you should not do. That is contraindicated. And so we should be able to go here, and there should be an inventory. Search gas pump, gas can. So these will respawn, I believe, over time and give you more gas. He said more gas. That's awesome. All right. And finally, very important, the mining helmet jiggly cam thing has been fixed. So if you wear a mining helmet on your head like a boss, as you should, and you turn it on, and you're someplace where it's not bright, like my brain, it no longer bubbles around like it used to, which never made any sense, but apparently that was a bug and not a feature. So those things are all cool. All right, so now let's go someplace where you and I can have some privacy. And I clicked here random. Wasn't sure if we would get privacy or not. Okay, so now mini bikes. Let's talk mini bikes. The first thing you're going to need to do is read the Mini Bikes for Dumb Shits. Fantastic. To unlock the recipe. Now, in order to build the mini bike, what you will need to do, you will need to, it starts with the chassis, and you place it on the ground, right? And then what you will do is then you will add your parts to the mini bike. So you will have your handlebars, you will have your seat, you will have your battery, you will have your wheels, and I still need a mini engine. This is the same engine as the auger. So grab you one of those. And now, if you can also, if you put in baskets, if you find an empty basket, you can pick it up off to ground and you can add it to your mini bike for storage. And so now your mini bike has different options. You can get on it and ride it. That is here. You can look into the mechanics of it, which is here. You can look into the inventory, which is your basket. And you can fuel it, which is here. And then to get on it, you just hit E. And why am I am like really close. Why am I so zoomed in? That's weird. And forward drives you forward, left and right turns it. The mouse turns the camera, and I am not sure why I am like this instead of as I was in Speedy Cam. That's weird. I will have to look into that and report back later. Nope. Is it because I'm wearing a helmet? Who knows? All right. Well, I'm not sure why it's... Uh-oh. I hear a bear. It's in the woods. It might be pressing Z. Okay, so we covered the right-click thing. Let's take the elevator up. Oh, maybe because I was in God mode. Okay, that's what it was. I was in God mode. And so that if you're in God mode, the mini bike will be weird to you. And this lumberjack is not okay. Punk! You die. Punk. Lumber punk. Alright, get back in God mode. Go up in the sky. Alright, there's a new gun attachment system, which now at this time supports flashlights. But you have to have the book in order to do it. So, let's see. What is the I can't remember the, let's just do the hunting rifle book. And, wait, hunting rifle book? Hunting rifle schematic. Let's do the hunting rifle schematic and the hunting rifle and the flashlight. Right now, there's just flashlight. You got to spell it correctly to get it to work. So you want flashlight. Okay. So let us first read that. And let's see here. If we do this and this or this. Equip. No, wrong. Examine. Take, drop, examine. Huh. Maybe it's the book. Is it the book? Oh, that's a hunting knife book. Let's just drop. Dropped you. Okay, so I'm not entirely sure now how you attach this. I thought you had to, if you read the book, you could do it. Maybe you have to do it as parts? Nope. Let's try this. Hunting rifle. All right. Well, if you have found out how to do this, let me know, because I cannot piece it together right now. Huh. So, let's see. The next item is trees. Trees falling. So let's get an axe. A good one. So if we go down here and cut down this here tree, it will fall down like a tree. Now, what's cool about that is, first of all, that in and of itself is pretty freaking cool. But if it falls onto something like a zombie or yourself, it'll kill him or you. So now you remember the traps I made? Now, if you were to do, hello, bear, what were you doing in the woods? If you were to do the traps, if you were to do the trees like I did them with the wood frame and the dirt, that now becomes a very interesting trap, if you feel my meaning. So trees can now kill, just like bears and popes. And let's see here. I think we're about finished with the amazingness. Yep. Oh, I gotta find it. I gotta find an inventory. Bear, are you gonna leave me alone for just a second? All right, here's an inventory, right? You can now shift click into an inventory. Huh? You can now shift click into your inventory. So that is, I believe, all at least I wanted to cover. Alpha 12 is going to be and is amazing. And my Let's Play series will be starting later on today. And this video has been super long. This is a personal record. But we had a lot to cover, and I think we covered it in a way that was enjoyable. And other things, and except for the flashlight thing, we learned a lot. So, bear. Now, a bear should not be able to take a rocket like a boss. Oh, awesome. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you want to see more, subscribe. If you want to start a conversation, why don't you start one? Where? In the comment section below. Alpha 12. There's a bunch of stuff that I didn't cover, so read the patch notes, link in the description. And I'll see you in the apocalypse. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Oh, look, there are clay sub-biomes. You can get clay now in, like, there. So go get some, and don't die. See ya!